I am constantly in and out of my pantry. It's a busy place for a homemaker who loves to cook from scratch. It takes constant maintenance. I once heard someone say, "Are you an ingredient family or a food family?" We are an ingredient family. There's plenty of groceries to make food and lots of food, but there generally are no bags of chips or cookies or crackers or muffins unless, I've made them myself, baked them all myself. I simply prefer that. I like knowing what's in my food. And actually, I love cooking and baking. It brings me a lot of joy. I think that's why I love sourdough so much. It's a hands-on thing that allows me to learn so many new and different recipes by just changing things up a bit here and there. Being organized is very important, so you can get your hands right on things as soon as you think about them or when you need them immediately. It's important to know where they are. So, going through my pantry is something that I do pretty much weekly. Straighten things out, weed things out. Sometimes I get rid of a lot of things, products that I don't like anymore, products that I'm not using anymore. I give them away to friends or food pantries, some places where they can use the extra items that I'm no longer using. Here I'm just running the vacuum just to make sure the floor is neat and tidy and nice and clean. I feel like it's very accessible to me now. I can stand here, look in, and put together recipes in my mind, and this is where so many of my simple suppers start. One of the first things I love to do when I first wake up in the morning is have what's called an adrenal cocktail. Maybe you've heard of these, but I love them, and honestly, I do think they make me feel better. They give me a little boost in my step first thing in the morning. You want equal amounts of coconut water, just pure coconut water. I'm just going to put in a little bit this morning. And then I like to use organic orange juice, about the same amount of orange juice, and then just take a pinch of salt, just a little pinch, and pour it right into your little drink. Get a spoon and mix it up, stir it up, and there you go. That is called an adrenal cocktail, and it is so delicious. And I'm going to take you right now to my special spot where I like to sit and drink this as many mornings as I possibly can. Come on. All right, follow me right out here. I'm going to go past the screened-in porch and right out to the hot, steamy hot deck. Right into the sunshine. This chair right here usually sits around our table inside the porch, but for right now, in the morning, I sit right here. I'll put my orange juice right there next to the grill, and I just sit down like this. Oh, and I just enjoy the sunshine so much. So beautiful. And I just sit here and I drink my little drink. It's so refreshing. If you love orange juice, you will love this drink. And I just sip it and I sit out here. Oh, I'd say for about 30 minutes. It feels really good to sit out here in the sun. I'm getting my pure vitamin D for the day. They say, I've read many places that if you can do this, about 30 minutes a day with no suntan lotion on, no oils, no makeup. I do have a little makeup on right now, but not much. And just sit out in the direct sun. Sometimes I'll even come out here, like first thing in the morning, as soon as the sun hits the porch here, in my nightgown, because we are totally covered back here. Nobody can see anything, so it's just all me all the time. And I just drink my drink. And it just feels good. It feels good already. I wish you guys could be crazy like me and sitting out here right now. We'll all be sitting here drinking a bunch of these Adrenal cocktails. Sounds terrible, I know, but it's extremely healthy. Look them up. My last video had that delicious sourdough crumb crusted fried in coconut oil chicken. Oh, was that good? Please give that a try. You won't be sorry. You'll become addicted to it, kind of like we are. So much so that the very next day I decided to make another loaf of bread and just make sure that that was reserved as sourdough crumbs. However, I think we did take a few slices out of it before I actually started the crumb process. Anyway, about that crumb process, I got many. I got comments, I got emails. Please, Darlene, you know, all these questions about how to make the breadcrumbs. It's really quite easy, but I will show you, because I know there was a time in my cooking time and my learning how to be in the kitchen and how to be a homemaker. People would say, and just do this and just do that and it'll be just fine, and you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Well, no, I gotta go how much, you know, what temperature in the oven for how long, and what do I do, how do I do it. Okay, so I will show you all that today, and I would love to do that. All right, I'm just about halfway through the process here. All I did was take my round loaf of sourdough bread that I made, but again, like I said on the video before, and I'll say it again now, if you don't do sourdough and you don't want to do sourdough, but you love sourdough, go get yourself a loaf of sourdough where you love to have sourdough from. You know, grocery store, they make wonderful sourdough there. Just make sure it's a really nice, crusty, crunchy, artisan type loaf of sourdough bread, and you'll be so happy with that. Anyway, so I just cut it up. You know, I cut it up lengthwise like I was going to make sandwiches out of it, and then I just turned it the other way, and I cut it the other way, and then I just ended up making these tiny little squares, just little chunks of bread. And then I spread them out on this parchment liner. You don't even have to do that. I just like to keep things neat, as little cleanup as possible for the most part. And this is about 3/4 of a loaf, probably. Maybe more of a half a loaf, but it's going to turn out just as good. So I went ahead and I cut it up and I let it sit out. Actually, this has been sitting for about, a good 24 hours, maybe even longer. So it's nice and crispy already, but I am going to toss it in the oven. But the first thing that I'm going to do, and you can take just regular olive oil, you can take coconut oil, you could use avocado oil. Those are 3 really good rich oils for yourself. This is, I hope you can see that. I'm not sure if you can, but it is a specialty olive oil that I picked up. It's got eau de Provence in it. You can really taste the rosemary in there, which is so good. So if you have one of these beautiful flavored oils, you can get them in gift stores, or, oh my goodness, you can even find them in, you know, your grocery stores. Even Aldi, on occasion, will have something like this, you know, if it's a special sale week or something. So I'm just going to take this, and believe me, this adds so much flavor. I speak from experience now because I've already made it once. I'm just going to drizzle it lightly right over the top. All right, just nice over everything. You don't have to drench it, but just a little bit. And then, I'll get this open with one hand. Just a little pinch of salt, because there's salt in the bread. A good amount, actually, so not too much salt here. And then just take your hands and just squish them all in there. You can hear how nice and dry they are. All right, here I just took them out of the oven. They were in there for 12 minutes. Yep, 12 minutes on 350. What I like to do is just throw them right into my little Ninja food processor and just get them as tiny and as yummy as possible. All right, now I want to make you another one of my all-time favorite simple suppers. This, I have to say, is probably at the top of the list of our favorite dinners. I love a skillet, some kind of a dinner, like a one-dish thing. I just think that those make such flavorful things because everything is being cooked in the one pot, and flavors from one thing is being injected to another, and your peppers and your meat of some kind, the potatoes, they all absorb these flavors. They are so, so good. So I'm going to go into my refrigerator and I'm going to take a look. I'm going to just kind of see what I have there. I know I've got some kind of sausage in there, and I don't know, I'm just going to look around. I'm going to pick and choose. Then I'm going to chop everything up and just kind of throw it in a black cast iron skillet, my favorite skillet. And let's see what else. Well, I think I can get just about all, you know, the meat and veggies, all our protein and vegetables. I can get them all into one easy, simple supper meal. It is our favorite. Here's my cast iron pan. I put the coconut oil in there, and that's organic coconut oil. And I put probably about a half a cup of oil in there, maybe a little less, more like a quarter of a cup, just so you know that you're going to have plenty of oil in there to cook up all these nice veggies and potatoes and all these things over here. I'm going to go, and as soon as this is nice and hot, it has just maybe another minute to go yet till I'm happy before I throw things in there. I want things to be happy when they go into the frying pan. You know that happy sound they make. And I'll put my potatoes in there. I'm going to go ahead and put the onions and that yellow pepper. Since I have yellow pepper, I'm going to throw that all in at the same time and just let that cook for a little while until the potatoes start to soften. Then we'll take it from there. All right, while the potatoes and the onions and the peppers are cooking away over there at the stove top, I'm going to go ahead and cut up my sausage, okay? I'm going to cut them up into little pieces today. I'm going to leave the skins on them because I want to keep them in kind of more like a meatball form, if you will, just kind of little chunks of sausage. That's the way I want to do mine today, but you could feel free to do yours. You can see how easy this is and how you can add just about anything that you wanted. If you have some chicken in there that needs cutting up, go ahead and cut it up. Get it in as soon as you can, the chicken, because the chicken might take a little longer than the pork. Or the best thing to do when you're adding raw meat to a dish like this, it's very easy to do. Get your potatoes in there first because they'll probably cook the longest. Cut your meat up really little into little tiny slices, into little tiny pieces, you know, bite-like pieces that are very, very easy to eat and cook very quickly. All right, potatoes have been cooking here for about 10 minutes. They're just now kind of beginning to get soft. Not really soft, but if I like them to cut this little one right here, press down on it, and it's got a little bit of give to it, but it did break, so that's good. Usually a hard potato, won't even break, so it has to be cooked at least 10 minutes to get a start on it. And the other veggies are going to get nice and soft as well. I have my sausage here, and I'm going to put them in. So at about the 10-15 minute point, go ahead and put your raw meat in. If you have cooked meat that you want to put in here, like chicken or pork of some kind, maybe breakfast sausage from the morning before or something, go ahead and kind of wait till the last minute. Wait till the potatoes are thoroughly done before you would add any kind of cooked meat in here, so you just don't cook it in excess. Just at that point, you would just want to heat it up. All right, I am going to let this go. I'm not going to put a lid on it because I don't want to steam it. Just want to make sure that the meat gets cooked at this point and the potatoes get nice and soft. And we will almost be ready for dinner because there's one more thing I'm going to add to this incredible simple supper. All right, this has been cooking now for about, I'd say 30 minutes. It's looking really, really good. All the potatoes are nice and soft. The meat is completely cooked through. The veggies are soft, the onions and peppers. I have not given it any salt. I don't think I gave it any salt. So I'm going to go ahead now and give it a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. At this point, if you want to put a little garlic salt in here or garlic powder in here, that would be fine. A little more onion powder would be fine too. Now, you can serve this dinner right now because it's got a carb of your potato in there, and it also has the protein of your sausage. But what I like to do to kind of step it up a little bit, I just kind of like to make some indentations here, like maybe 4 of them, just like that. And then I'm going to take an egg. These are our, organic eggs. Come on, come out of there. Just a little organic egg. And just go ahead and crack it right into the pan. Keep it on the same temperature that you've got it going at. You don't have to turn it up or down. Try not to break the yolk because it just makes such a pretty presentation. Oh, rats. I just did mine. See, I tried so hard. It didn't work. And I like to try and keep it separate too. best as possible. That's why I made that indentation. You can see mine didn't work very well, but yours will be better, I'm sure. And one last one I'm going to dump right there. And then it's only going to take a moment for those to cook up, but I suggest you get a lid and put it on there. Leave the heat just as it is, and that is going to cook up absolutely beautiful. Let the yolks get nice and runny, and you can have a piece of sourdough toast with this or some rolls. And yeah, believe me, that is a delicious, delicious, simple supper. Well, thank you for being in my kitchen today. I truly appreciated it. Please click on that like button. It is so important to a small channel like mine. And please subscribe if you're coming through here and you've never subscribed before, but you enjoy the content. Please subscribe to my channel. I would truly, truly appreciate it. And don't forget, if you have social media, please share my videos with whoever you possibly can. Oh, yes, I would appreciate that greatly. Thanks again. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye now, and Lord bless.